more. All right, so Ruin here coming up as our first Protoss on PvP. He's only played 2 matches in Pro League. Not a single Protoss versus Protoss just yet. Played a lot of PvTs in GSTL, and also he's impressed a lot of people with his PvT in the GSL. But going into this one, I favor this guy, not just because his hair is awesome, but this guy has, I think, some of the best Phoenix control. His builds are unique and hard to prepare for. In his most recent 5 games, really look at only the 3 of them because those are the only 3 games that have been played this season. So he's 2 wins and 1 loss. Played well in GSL as well. So I favor him here just slightly.
I feel like it could go either way. It's going to be on Habitation Station. Protoss versus Protoss.
Best map for Phoenixes, besides Maze. Maze. All right, let's go into this Protoss versus Protoss. One of these 2 teams, IM or KT, is going to move into the lead.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top right in the blue for Incredible Miracle, it is Ruin.
And over here to the top left for KT Rollster, it's MyuNgSiK. His hair going a bit purple there.
Looks like a purple gray.
Yeah. It's it definitely, like, it's the type of hair color that makes you think about, what hair color is that exactly? Like, it's one of those.
It's not magenta, right?
No.
Or violet. Or lavender. It could be lavender, right?
It's on the cusp of lavender, but no, not quite. It's a purple gray.
Do you have a name for it? Purple gray?
Yeah, purple gray, yeah.
Okay.
That's the name for it. I mean, I haven't been the best with
What
colors.
about light purple? Is that okay?
No, purple gray, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I got it right the first time, and then I added a bunch of suggestions, and they all got shot down.
So, are we going to see Phoenixes on this map, or are we going to see slightly delayed Phoenixes on this map?
That's a good question. Making me think we're playing on Maze, but like you said before, Phoenix is really good on this map. So far, it looks like MyuNgSiK wants to go for the faster gateway here.
He wants to make sure that probe right there, by the way, made sure that the gas wasn't stolen, because sometimes on this map you can send out a fast probe and double gas steal. Do that all the time when I'm playing on the ladder. But
Wolf's that kind of guy. In case you were just
guy.
curious, like I've seen him play a lot of StarCraft 2 in his house. He's that kind of guy.
That's what I do, man. I wake up in the morning in my boxers, I sit in there and I double gas steal people. Just imagine every time you get double gas stolen, it's me on the other side in my boxers, shirtless.
Just laughing.
With
drinking a Kool-Aid.
With like a bowl full of reduced fat Cheez-Its I'm eating while I laugh.
You're like chewing and cheese bits are getting all over your keyboard. You just don't care.
As you panic, as you see the first gas is taken, and you're like, oh no, it couldn't be. And then the second gas is taken while you pull your probes. It's too late. Yeah, that's me. I'm the guy. I play on all servers. You think you're safe on the EU server? Think you're safe on the North American server? Think you're safe on SCA? No, mate. You're not. I'm keen ass to double gas steal you down there.
Oh, God.
All right, Stargate.
So sus, man.
First sign of Phoenixes here, coming out from MyuNgSiK, the king of Phoenixes. And the second gate is placed at home for Ruin.
This is going to be interesting. Like you said, it's going to be Phoenixes, almost definitely, the king of Phoenixes. He's going to come in here with his Phoenixes. And we're going to see what Ruin does. He's currently boosting that warp gate research. And he's gotten the 2 gateways down. He could definitely very easily add a 3rd gateway.
He just Manor Pylon block him?
Yeah, he just did.
Well, that's
there
really
are 2
annoying.
probes in there.
That's like 100 minerals for 100 minerals, and then also he has to kill it, right? And that's also going to contribute to his supply temporarily here. Okay, cancels it. The cancel is reasonable because he gets most of the minerals back. And think about that. He loses only 25 minerals, 5 trips to the main. Okay, this build is only okay on this map because he scouted that there were no Stargates in the main base with his pylon and his probe and everything. So otherwise, if you blind go Oracle on this map, you are just crossing your fingers and hoping you're not going to just run right into a Phoenix, which we have seen before.
Look at this. 2 gateways on the way as well. No expansion here for this guy. There's too much gas. He's gotten this Oracle out now. I think he's going to follow it up with an aggressive push. Back at Rune's base, he's stayed on this 2 gateway for a while. No
he's like, you're ruined.
Yet.
Or rather, you're MyuNgSiK. Where are your Phoenixes? Wait for him. It's an Oracle, of course, in this case, but not getting a single kill here. Losing its shields only, though. Great micro.
Ooh. 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 Is safe. Follow up with a Phoenix.
Okay, that's more MyuNgSiK.
And another Phoenix. He's going to put a pylon here, and he's going to storm the ramp, lift the sentries. That's what I think is going to happen here.
I think your assessment is correct. He's going to pull
Sorry.
He's going to pull a Cal here. And
that was like the first game we had in Pro League.
One of the first ones.
I think it was actually the first one, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it the first one? It might have been.
We're going to have to go back. But it was like the first day.
Parting versus DRG was also on the first day, where like Parting he owned DRG with his force hits. I think that was the first game. Not sure, but a lot of Phoenix lifts here for those sentries. And the Nexus, of course, is getting closer to completion right now. Halfway done. Twilight Council is also getting pretty close to being done.
Phoenixes fly over the minerals in the main, but Rune keeping his entire army over that. And there's not going to be anything to defend here, especially for this Mothership core. Cannot lose that right now.
Absolutely cannot.
And he is.
Yep, he loses it. Does get the cannon off first, and will kill 2 Phoenixes. So honestly, not really sure how much that was worth it. It's going to really hurt him down here, though. Okay, I thought he was going to try to hold that for a second.
Yeah, that would be incredibly hard. Knows there's an aggressive push coming this way. Could only have that many stalkers if there are the 3 gates. And I think he even saw it with the probe. This sneaky probe, man.
I'm not sure how well this is going to work. 1 base versus 1 base. I mean,
he's got Blink on the way, and that Oracle's going to see it.
He spent a lot on Blink, but 2 gates going down. They're going to finish pretty soon. He even gets a Robo here. He doesn't have Blink of his own. He doesn't have that breaking power of the Phoenixes anymore. I think it's in his best interest to actually just expand at home now. Losing those Phoenixes loses him everything. He lost all his power there.
I'd like it as well. Contain at the bottom. Make sure you don't die to the Blink. Put up a Robo, expand. But
that's a cool way to kill a Stalker. Get vision with the Oracle.
Yeah.
All right, hiding this Nexus making probe at the last second. There it goes.
Yeah, this is going to be put down. Robo is about to finish here for Rune as well as the Blink. See if he goes aggressive here. Is able to break out. All the units of MyuNgSiK have moved back. Gets a nice scout with the hallucination as well.
Well, robotics is already done for Ruin. Yeah, and he's getting that observer out. His pylon may go down. If he tries to warp in units to save it, I don't know how good that actually is in this situation. It's kind of risky.
He left 2 stalkers back, or rather 4 stalkers back here, but still 2 probes are going to be lifted for no damage on those Phoenixes.
Well, Oracle was ready to come in there if the stalkers overextended on the chase, but that didn't happen. And this pylon finally going to fall here. And I don't think he's even going to catch those stalkers, although he does have Blink now. Is he going to catch that stalker? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. That's one dead stalker. Look at that guy.
He was so dead.
His life for ire, man. He killed that pylon.
Oh, his life was for ire. Gone now. It's all over.
Well, here's the push.
This push is kind of a funny situation because there's a counter push, but there are more stalkers at home here, and these Phoenixes...
They're going to lift, but they got the Blink here, the stalkers of Ruin. They should be okay.
He actually turned around with his own stalkers. I think he did. Okay, the Nexus cannon and a force field, that will do it.
Losing a lot of stalkers in MyuNgSiK here.
Yeah, he's like not even paying attention to these.
Not paying attention. Wow. Gonna lose all these stalkers. I guess he wants to do damage because he knows they're dead, I guess.
Yeah, he's probably like, well, you're gonna blink and kill him anyways, so maybe I can kill a pylon. I guess maybe that's the thought process here.
Yeah, and now actually MyuNgSiK is not in a good position here. He's gonna, be annoying with this Oracle. Actually, I think the Oracle might have gone down.
Yeah, the Oracle did die, but he's got. Oh no, that's not how you do it. I said King of Phoenixes, but I think he might actually be dethroned. That was awkward. So anyways, Stalker's over here trying to get some harassment done, but the base for MyuNgSiK still holds strong. It's not an advantage for him anymore. It's just something that he and his opponent both actually have now on the table. And I'm going to take a look at some of these unit counts. 2 Immortals out from MyuNgSiK to none.
Yeah, and one about to pop as well, so it's going to go to 3.
Yeah, versus just Blink Stalkers. Compositionally, that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's really important to get that tech out there, especially in those Immortals. Rune just has the number right now in Stalkers. Blink Stalkers usually pretty good. But I just feel like unless MyuNgSiK moves out on the map for no reason, gets caught, he should be okay. If he just stays at home, macros up, gets a big army, I think he's going to be totally fine.
Yeah.
In a really good situation with the Immortals.
It's also getting +1 faster. Worker count is even for these two, approximately. You know, give or take a few probes. MyuNgSiK actually ahead by 2 right now. If I look at the counter, you guys can observe at the top right. Pick off a Phoenix is bad grammar, but yeah, good do. Good to kill that.
Good
Phoenix.
do, good do.
pick off a Phoenix is good do, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Picks off a Sentry. Good do there again. He's got an Observer around there. Could think about playing into the base. Not the best map for it. It's a bit dangerous. Probably not going to go for that. But here's a Hallucinated Phoenix. A bit shy. But decides to come in.
Yeah. Comes in there eventually.
Sees everything.
Now, the Immortal count is rising fast for both players, but still better in the count from MyuNgSiK. Now, his Twilight Council was a bit late, so therefore his Archons, his charge, you know, those sort of things could be delayed. We don't see charge yet for Ruin, but he goes straight into the Archons instead. This is not going to really get anything done. It's not that important to lose Stalkers at this stage in the game. It's not even...
Oh, this is going to get something done. Good do here. Blinks in the front.
Quite a good do over here.
And now he's going to pick up the gas.
Yeah, actually, he will get that gas.
Yep, I think he should. As long as he micros those guys down. Yeah, he does. That's going to be annoying. You're going to need those for Archons, especially. Storm coming down here.
Okay, that is pretty weird. We're seeing this actually more and more popular in this matchup right now. It's kind of good in the late game. It's really good against Void Rays. And it's decent against Phoenixes, but I feel like, you know, I don't know. Against this type of composition that's not even that Zealot heavy yet, it may just fall on, I want to say fall on deaf ears, but really what I mean to say is fall on units that have a lot of hit points and do a lot of damage that aren't Zealots, like Immortals and Stalkers.
Yeah.
He's actually going to try to pick off some units here. Somewhat successful, but pays the price. And 2 more gates going up here. A lot more bank from MyuNgSiK. So he's, you know, he's behind in supply right now, but part of that comes from his lack of gates.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this Storm is going to work out.
Yeah, me too, actually. I'm like, Storm, is that good? Is that correct now? Because in StarCraft 1, it generally was pretty good to have Storm in PvP, but in StarCraft 2, it hasn't really standardized just yet.
I mean, the thought behind it, I guess, it's like an extra, you know, added minerals and gas in there, but you storm a bunch with a bunch of High Templar who have the energy, and then you morph them into the Archons as long as the army is big enough. You know, you have the Archons for the end of the battle.
Yeah.
The theory behind it is good, but
it's like, you know, why not give the Archons their full damage potential? Do that extra damage first, then make the Archon?
Yeah, you just lose in the Archon damage at the beginning, but arguably the Storm damage is better.
I mean, think about what Storm is normally used on. It's used on Marines, Marauders, Hydralisks. Very rarely is Storm the target for a large hit point unit, unless it's the case of like a Broodlord or something. Or maybe on top of Swarmos if they're stationary. But in Protoss versus Protoss, most units have so many hit points. Even a Zealot has way more hit points than a Marine.
Yeah. Which
is part of the reason why Protoss players usually don't care if a Storm hits Marines and then the Zealots run into the Storm, because they're like, all right, it doesn't matter, the Marines are already dead, I already did my job here. The Zealots can tank a little bit of the Storm, that's fine.
Look at the gas bank here from MyuNgSiK, up to 1,300.
Yeah, I mean, he's dumping a lot of these minerals into these Zealot run-bys, which is part of the reason why we see this. Going to catch an Immortal here, which is pretty nice for the cost. But he's going to want some Archons added into his mix, and this is third base for him.
8 High Templar right now added for MyuNgSiK. That's where that gas was just dumped.
Yep. He lost his third Nexus, though, back on the left side of the map. He canceled it, I should say. And here we go. Where are the Storms? One goes down here. I think he's a bit shocked to see that. And that's it so far for now. But, I mean, he's contained him here on 2 bases. It's going to be hard to move down against Time Warps and Storms.
Yeah. Forced a Time Warp out of MyuNgSiK. Used one himself.
Okay,
big thing, like
Nexus
you mentioned, yeah, is the Nexus here. It's going to be earlier for Ruin. This could go late. I could see this going late. Both these armies very solid right now. Sitting pretty equal. I feel like if MyuNgSiK gets caught out here in the middle of the map with a Storm, though, that could be very dangerous. Oh, and he looks like he wants to fight, actually. He's got a ton of Immortals. He has 3 more than Ruin. Definitely going to help here.
Yeah. Well, let's see. He's actually poking around here, getting ready.
I just realized MyuNgSiK is chewing gum right now.
He loves to do that. He's a gum chewer. There's very few people.
That's so cool.
Zest oftentimes chews gum as well. 2 KT gum chewing Protoss buddies. I bet they share the pack between the game.
Or the same gum.
That could be. This is almost never the right thing to do, by the way. Put all of your units onto a single ramp like this, and that might cost him here because the concave is much better from MyuNgSiK right now. Here go those Storms on top of the whole army, and he hesitates to. He's like, I can't really afford to kite back right now. So he loses a ton of shields, and another Storm goes down, and I mean, I think we may have solved it here today. Storm is pretty good in Protoss versus Protoss.
If it hits the bulk of your army, it's pretty damn good, and he's going to kill the entire army of MyuNgSiK.
He kills
here.
everything. He's tripling the supply right now. He's walking in, saying, where was that gas earlier, huh? That's it. The gate, or rather the Nexus. Gates over here making 5 Zealots to die. GG. And KT Rolster is on the brink of defeat by means of Incredible Miracle, and Incredible Miracle needs a win right now.
Smirk out of Ruin to Oz, who's going to play next for Incredible Miracle. He's like, yep, I did it. And like you said, even if IM loses the next one, they have Force and Ace Match against KT. That is no easy feat. And like we said earlier on, Incredible Miracle needs these wins, and they're getting it. They want to get this next win.
Well, you know, Protoss vs. Protoss is a matchup that, until Heart of the Swarm, was kind of like the late game of it was kind of like the bottom of the ocean. It's not fully explored. Because in Wings of Liberty, especially in the early stage of Wings of Liberty, it was 4-gate versus 4-gate. You only made 3 gates, you're dead. You took 2 gases early, you are dead. You missed your force field by 1 hex, you're dead. You're playing on Tolerary Mulcher and you didn't 4-gate, you're dead. Okay, it was like that. And then sometimes the game, as it became more evolved and people started to figure out Blink Stalker plays and stuff, even in Heart of the Swarm, late game wasn't standard. Max out late game was even less standard. And, you know, it was like, do I really have 200 gas to spend on Storm right now? How many High Templar am I actually going to make in this matchup? And people were like, not really sure if it was going to end up being worth it. I'm still not sure, but after looking at this game, in an engagement like that, if you walk out of the Storms, you lose position, and you lose your Nexus, and you lose DPS on those units that are moving instead of firing. And if you stay in the Storm, well, you're in a Psionic Storm, you're taking a lot of damage, you're losing your shields on those Immortals, which are so important.
Yeah.